you should do and what you shouldn't do. He gave you the language. We are neo-griots. That means we deal with print. That means we deal with sound. We deal with light. We produce our own books. We make our own CDs. We make our own DVDs. With that in mind, we keep the peace. Can y'all hear me? Neo-griot means new storyteller. Neo-griot is the new storyteller. Neo-griot is a new storyteller. Neo-griot is a French sound like spit from wordsmith, bump from beat, video from side to belly. Tell me, when we don't read and write and watch all the light, what did we learn at first sight? Word for word, work with word, world around word. Self has been caught up in dusties but never rusty. Pages of stench without meaning meant. Solo went with artificial rhythm so one could rhyme with night. 1 beat, 2 bar, 3 hit, 4 high, non-stop, and image got caught. Style ain't high as edutainment. So check my education with men. Black history, no, not as important when chalkboard wrote. Don't matter, give me a black expo so I can wipe it down and write some more. 10 to 20% state education budget cuts. $1.3 to $3.5 million LA Unified School District credit deficit ain't accounted up. 10 high schools supposed to be closed. Teachers need corrected paid checks so taxes from W-2s won't be too wrong. I mean, educators, jobs, I see pink slips, layoffs won't be too long. After school programs almost gone, so I rock a poet what, I rock a poet who, I rock a poet on. And if reading is poetry, I said if reading is poetry, some of my peer poets need to publish sufficiently, at least in anthologies. Seen it in a dream, tell you what it means. It was an old abandoned school with no shutters and blinds, just scribbles and quotes on the walls you could find. Paid it no mind. 10 poor children, maybe more, walk through the doors, reading corridors from the flame of candlelight at the start of twilight. Caved in classrooms, like it was looking like the entrance to class. As I made pass to the end of a hall, to the crack of a hole in the wall. Pay respects to the unknown, unseen family, y'all. So with $1 or $2, some scraps of food, some change or few. The kids pay for education without pencil and pen, books or paper, just knowledge of the night from the word of light. And if they don't read to write their story, I suggest then that you start to work. I suggest then that we start to work. I suggest then that they start to work. Anonymous child learning poem. I need your help with this. Everybody repeat after me. I live in a poem.
I live in a poem.
Every line is a window.
Every line is a window.
When I speak, you see many things.
When I speak, you see many things.
If you look closely,
you
might find me inside.
You might find me inside. All right, AK.
I'd just like to say, it always makes me feel good and gives me hope to see the youth and how they express themselves through spoken word, and it gets away from all the rap and all the, negative stereotypes that our black youth, live up to through gang banging and selling drugs. And, when I see the youth in here being so positive and teaching me, it gives me hope, that there's a future for black people. So I'm Twin, I represent Skid Row, and this poem I'm gonna do is called Reality or Ideology. Reality or ideology? I would say, you tell me. If I thought you had the wisdom to answer realistically, of course, you'll attempt to answer anyway. And of course, our condition will remain regardless of what you say. Oh my, you may even be right. If your realities and ideologies coincide with your progress that you apply, what about me? I know. If you can do it, I can too. Is it that easy? Well, why is it still hard? Could it be I'm just a damn fool? Nah. It means reality and your ideology is convenient for you. Reality or ideology that everyone for theirself continues. Must be the first of the two, because most do what they see everyone else do. Most say they're fair. Most say they're honest, and most believe they are. This is true. many actually live it and still exceed financially? Very few. Reality or ideology? Is it fair to hate all black men instead of one or a few who hurt you like you should? No. So reality is hating black men and ideology is sisterhood. To my fellow black men, if only I can change our condition if I could. But present reality, we're enemies to each other and all others. So ideology is brotherhood. In my opinion, sisterhood and brotherhood is only a myth. Especially when you look at all the global wars, street wars, domestic wars, racial wars, and no end to the evil wickedness. Ideology is to talk about God, claim you follow Jesus, the Christ. Reality is to live it, be crowned with thorns, and be crucified. Symbolically, the black male has experienced all three, so where's the love? Is jealousy and hatred a reality, or is self-indulgence the ideology that keeps you from helping me up out this mud? Reality is courage and bravery that gained independence by a successful slave revolt in Haiti. Ideology, marching and pleading, hoping for the same results based on principles of morality. Reality, a permanent black underclass, and to each other, no accountability. Ideology, integration is perfect in a colorblind society. Reality is all around us, here when we born and here when we gone. A mystery and yet an entity, but only to the Creator is it known. Now ideology forms in the mind with inventions, imagination, creativity, and theory. A mind state that can be exploited, fragmented, of course plagiarized, and even copied. The ideologies that dominate this society, I have to say to my people, is very harmful. But reality can be one with ideology we must use as a lesson with no vacation, study earnestly to become fruitful. Now reality, the threat of extinction for the black male in America is very real, in which there is no successor. Ideology, gangs are really community activists organized to protect our community from the oppressor. Reality or ideology? Skid Row flowing. Thank y'all.